Broadcasting down in the bayou, it's Mark Out Mania, a podcast featuring two average Joe wrestling fans talking about the business they love and so much more. And now, here's Ryan Keith and Patrick Fry.
And welcome to Lucky Episode 13. We got a big weekend on our hands, Patrick. What's up, man?
Oh, not too much. I am very excited for my personal favorite match of the year, the Royal Rumble match. And the cool thing is this time, not only do we get one Royal Rumble match, we get two of them. My favorite match of the year, and then, of course, I get to watch women do it. So, I'm excited about that. But today's show, Mark Out Mania, episode 13, the rundown. Real quick, you're going to give a shout-out to our buddy Ryan Bowman. Yeah. And also, we're going to talk, give our brief thoughts about the XFL. But, of course, today, all about the Royal Rumble weekend. We're going to predict give our predictions on the scorecards, which of course you can find at Pro Wrestling Scorecards on Twitter, also on our Facebook pages as well. We're going to predict the NXT TakeOver Philadelphia show as well as the Royal Rumble. So that's what we have here for Mark Out Mania episode 13 for January 25th, 2018.
That's right. And you can find us online at MarkOutMania.com, everywhere we're at on social media, and where you can download and listen to the show. Also, we want to give a huge shout-out to Ryan Bowman from thegorillaposition.com. He also writes wrestling columns for the Miami Herald. And this guy has been hooking us up. And here recently, he got one of our questions into an Impact presser. One of their former champions, Eddie Edwards, answered one of our questions. And here's the audio.
We got a question from the Mark Out Mania podcast. You were trained by Killer Kowalski. There were some huge names coming out of this school, including yourself, Triple H, Big John Studd, Chyna, and others. If you have to single it down to one thing that you learned from Killer, talk to me about that. And what advice did he give you that helped you most model your career?
One of the most important things Killer taught was, to everything had to be real. There's no pulling anything. There's no half this, half that, no half-assed anything. You're either all in or you're all out. And that was something that I've carried that with me throughout my career. I remember walking up the schools with there, and he was always there, first person there, last one to leave, and that's a mentality that I tried to instill myself. I actually won an award most dedicated at school, at the training school there. So that's something that I've tried to carry on from early in my career, and I still continue to carry to this day. Killer was a great teacher, and he was a great man, obviously, and I know he's very missed.
So that was totally epic. Ryan Bowman from thegorillaposition.com hooking Mark Out Mania up. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. And I tell you what, that's got to be an amazing honor to be trained by such a revered veteran as Killer Kowalski.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better than you right there, Ryan. Absolutely awesome, and it was really cool that our podcast name was dropped on that particular platform. So really cool stuff there. I was really excited when I heard our name dropped in that press conference.
Yeah, and they had journalists from all over the world. A few India guys talked before us. A New Zealand guy talked after our question. Some guys from Britain. So it was a pretty big press conference, and they all heard Mark Out Mania. Thanks to Ryan Bowman, man. Big ups, dude. Thank you.
Also today on the show, of course, we're being joined via Skype all the way from Basile, Louisiana. Jonathan Brinkman, our buddy Brink, our New Japan expert, who, we won't be talking much New Japan today, although they do have a big show this weekend, New Beginnings, the 27th and 28th, Saturday and Sunday. If you want, you can also write an article about that. You don't have to, but if you want, you can write an article about that. But today we're talking NXT TakeOver Philadelphia and, of course, the Royal Rumble. So, Brink, man, glad to have you back on.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you. And that New Japan show, it's a 2-day show, a 2-night deal. And they got some big title matches. I will be writing an article on it. Hopefully it'll come out either tomorrow or Saturday during the day. But we will definitely have something covering it.
Cool.
Absolutely. So, now, big news today here on January the 25th. We talked about it about a month ago here on the podcast. There was talks, Vince McMahon starting this Alpha Entertainment thing, and today it was made official. The XFL will be coming back in 2020. Hashtag XFL 2020. The press conference happening earlier today. Ryan, you and I watched it. Brink, I know you watched it too.
I did.
We all watched it on, I think it was Facebook Live. It was on Periscope. I mean, it was you couldn't miss it. It was available pretty much anywhere. The gist of it is there's really not much to it other than Vince saying it's coming back in 2020. There's going to be 8 teams. There's going to be 2 semifinals and a championship game, and it's going to be during the offseason, away from the NFL. Other than that, we didn't really get much information as far as what cities. He did say 40-man rosters, but pretty much other than that, we don't really know what's going to happen. So, of course, we're going to learn a lot about that over the next couple of years before it gets launched. But before we dive into these scorecards, just some brief thoughts. Ryan, you first. What do you think, man? Are you excited, pumped up? I know you are, but just tell us how pumped up you are about the return of the XFL.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. The XFL was so revolutionary when it first came out. Skycam. The helmet cam had already been done, but man, I'm such a mark for the helmet cam. I love that. I love seeing a running back just running through that hole. But the thing that I thought was interesting, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, he talked about shortening up the games and not making them such a long affair, maybe cutting out halftime, possibly stuff like that. He didn't really have too many answers for all the questions that he was being asked, but I mean, he's got 2 years to figure it out. So that's looking pretty good. Let me go over this Facebook poll real quick.
Okay.
So Brink put up a Facebook poll on our Markout Mania. 2020, the XFL will be back. Are you excited? Why or why not? So what did 44% say? Brink, what do you think?
Last I checked, it was dead even. So I would have to say 44%'s not looking forward to it.
All right. What do you say, Patrick?
I would say 44% not looking forward to it because the last I saw it was like 80-20 in favor, football. So
yeah, 56% of the people said, yeah, football. 44% said, not the XFL again.
Brink, what are your initial thoughts on the revival now of the XFL?
I had 2. One goes back to what Ryan was saying about shortening the game. Vince made a lot of points saying that it's going to be safe. He's going to talk to experts about making the game as safe as possible. That being said, how are you going to take out halftime? Halftime is a big part of, letting the players have a little break to rest, game plan or whatever, and come back and finish the game. You take out halftime, you're taking out a big part of player safety, in my opinion.
How are they going to get shot up with Turadol now?
This is true. But the second point is what I kind of mentioned earlier to you guys. With the social uprising in the country now, what do you think it's going to be like in 2020? And I think long term, if he does make it in the rules that you have to stand for the national anthem, I think it's going to cause some problems somewhere.
Yeah, I agree, but of course, regardless of, in my opinion, whatever he puts in the rules, somebody's going to be upset. I mean, it hasn't even been, the announcement has been revived, but it hasn't actually been revived yet, and people are already just shooting it down. So, unfortunately, there's people out there that are already saying, F the XFL, it's going to suck, it's going to fail, it's, whatnot, and I mean, it may. I don't know. We don't know, but there's only one way to find out. Let them revive it.
You have to give it a chance.
Yeah, you got to give it a chance. And, I think now the good thing is, in my opinion, is that, they had the season in 2001. You saw what worked. You saw what didn't work. Most of it didn't work. But now, and I really liked what Vince had to say today. He said he wants to give back to the fans. He wants to make it more appealing to the fans. And he also said something about making it safe, which last time, that was the last thing they were worried about, was making it safe. So now they're a lot more worried about making it safer, making it more appealing to the fans. Not to mention it's not going to compete with the NFL. It's going to be during the offseason. And, now we're only going to start with 8 teams, but obviously if it works out, there's room to expand. So a lot of, expansion possibilities and stuff. And I'm just really excited to see, because the logo's different now. I feel like there's a new attitude. Mm-hmm. 2001, 2020, that's 2 totally different times, obviously. A lot has changed. A lot will have changed between 2001 and 2020, and just so many different way in the world and in sports and whatever the case may be. So I'm really excited to see what transpires, especially over the next 2 years, because they haven't quite figured out the cities, they haven't figured out the rules. So I think in the next 2 years we're going to slowly start, maybe every few months we're going to hear, this city, this rule, this network. We're going to broadcast it here, there, whatever. So obviously, we plan on doing this podcast until way beyond the XFL. So. We, of course, anytime that any new developments happen with the XFL, you can, hear it first right here on MarkOutMania. So,
yeah, one thing before we get off of this subject, somebody should have put some Botox in those bags under Vince McMahon's eyes.
He's
and then number two, I think he bit off more than he can chew when he said that DUI comment. I'm pretty sure his press guy was like, "Oh crap."
Yeah, because I was looking on Twitter. Johnny Manziel already tweeted #XFL 2020 and put tagged Vince McMahon.
You can't play there, Johnny.
According to what Vince said, the rules that he just established in that 25-minute press conference, Johnny Manziel is not qualified to play in the XFL because of the guilty plea, the domestic assault charge, which obviously wasn't extremely major. He didn't get prison time or anything, but he does have a criminal record technically.
Yeah.
So
now, if you want to tag with the Usos, you can still do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping though, and I told you this on I put it in our group chat on Facebook, but I think what they should do, obviously, I think now people are going to look back on that comment and say, DUI or criminal, obviously that filters out a lot of professional a lot of athletes in general, and but I think what should be done and what they're going to do, I think they're going to make the smart decision. Anybody who comes into the XFL will have a clean slate. Now, once you're in the XFL, if you mess up, DUI, criminal charge, whatever, then boom, zero tolerance, you're out of here.
That makes sense.
To me, that's the most logical thing to do. So, we'll see what happens, though. Obviously, a lot's going to change between now and when they launch. You got something to add there?
Yeah, I want to get some shout-outs. On the poll, Ryan K. Bowman, he commented, "Why not? It ain't my money."
Exactly.
And then Brian Carter said, "Focusing on the game and not the politics, no affiliation with the WWE. Time to plan this thing. I'm in."
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely more successful than last time. However, how successful it is as far as how long it lasts, I don't know. Hopefully, if it lasts 2 seasons, it's already more successful than it was the first time. So
you got that right.
Now, with that being said, obviously, we could talk about this for the next 2 years, but today is the Royal Rumble preview show, and we're going to talk not only the Royal Rumble, but NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, and we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to dive headfirst into the NXT TakeOver Philadelphia scorecard. So, of course, if you're following along at home, you can pause this right now. Go download these scorecards on our Facebook pages. Also, the link is on our Twitter page as well, at MarkOutMania. You can start filling these out along with us because we're going to basically go in order. And anything you want to add, Ryan, before we get started?
Negative.
Brinkman, anything you want to add before we get started here?
Let's do these scorecards. Let me show you how to do them.
All righty, so here we go. The NXT TakeOver Philadelphia card. First match, a singles match. Cassius Ohno versus Velveteen Dream.
Hold on, which one did you print out?
Oh, you might not have got the updated one. Apparently, Triple H announced this match yesterday during a conference call, and they actually updated the scorecards.
Oh, okay.
And I thought you got it this morning.
No, yeah, I did it early this morning.
Okay, well, there is a match.
Well, then let me go last.
I'll let you go last then.
Yeah.
Brinkman, first off, you go ahead. Singles match, Cassius Ohno, Velveteen Dream. Who you got winning that match?
I've got Velveteen Dream. He's going to keep dreaming, and he's going to keep winning. His last show, he lost to Aleister Black, but in a way that put him over.
Oh, very
He is
much.
one of the more over performers in NXT. I think Ono's going to put him over again by pinfall in about 12 minutes.
That's kind of close to what I have as far as the match time. So you think it's going to be pinfall, 12-minute match?
Yeah.
I have Cassius Ohno winning the match by pinfall. Match time, bell to bell, I have 13 minutes. Ryan, what do you? Well, you didn't have the updated scorecard, but what are you thinking there?
Man, I tell you, this is going to be a great match. Ono is so athletic for a big dude. He can do so much. Him and the Dream are going to put on a heck of a match. But I'm going to go with the Velveteen Dream because this guy's the full package. And he's a whole lot younger than Ono. And I think it's time for him to start rising up, man. Get to that main roster. Maybe, hopefully, before the year's over.
I think Dream's still a year or two away from main roster. But Pat, the very last season of Tough Enough, you remember watching?
Was that the one with what's his name, ZZ?
One with ZZ, yeah, from down south. ZZ,
I had watched it here and there.
Do you remember the black guy, Ryan Clark?
The only Ryan Clark I remember was the guy that played for LSU.
No, he got eliminated kind of early. This is who that is. He was on that season of Tough Enough.
Wow, okay.
He got sent from Tough Enough, went on to Indies, did a couple of things, got signed back to NXT, and now he's the Velveteen Dream.
Okay, well, that's cool.
And he is over.
A nice little comeback story there.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Now Ryan,
so I'm gonna go Velveteen Dream pin 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Okay, cool. So that is the first match there. The next match, the NXT Tag Team Championships, the Undisputed Era versus the Authors of Pain, with Paul Ellering, of course, in their corner. Brink, we'll start with you on this one. Who do you have winning the match? And we'll just go through the winner, the finish, who takes the fall, and then outside interference or distraction. So go ahead and give us your predictions there, Brink.
I've got Undisputed Era winning, retaining the titles against the Authors of Pain. By pinfall, I think Kyle O'Reilly makes the pinfall over Akam. I'm not sure how he pronounces it. And there will be outside interference. I think either Adam Cole's going to get involved for the Undisputed Era, or Paul Ellering for Authors of Pain is going to get involved somehow.
Ryan, what are your predictions on the match?
I'm going with the Authors of Pain. I don't see how these little twigs can do anything against these hose beasts. But, I'm going to go Authors of Pain. I'm going to go pin. Akeem makes the fall, and Bobby Fish takes the fall. No outside interference.
Wait, hold up. Wait. Well, because I have the Authors of Pain winning. I guess I put him in the wrong thing here, because Bobby Fish is with the Undisputed Era, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
So I got these mixed up. I have to scrap, because I put Bobby Fish making the fall and Akam taking the fall, so I need to switch those around. I do have the Authors of Pain winning by pinfall. So making the fall is how'd you say it, Brink? Akam or something like that?
Akam,
yeah. I'm not sure how he says it either. I have Bobby Fish taking the fall, and yes, I do have outside interference or distraction as well. All right, off to the next matchup now. The NXT Women's Championship. We got Ember Moon versus Shayna. How do you say it? Baszler. So Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. Brink, let's start with you. What do you have going down in this match?
I see Baszler going to be big for NXT in their women's division. She'll be a champion one day, just not today. Ember Moon's going to retain by pinfall. 2 finishers executed, 1 from each participant, and about 13 minutes.
Ryan?
I'm going to go with Baszler. They made her look strong in her last match. They made her look like a beast, like the Braun Strowman of the women's division.
Oh.
So, and then Ember Moon's kind of flat to me. I never was impressed with her. You know, you got cool contacts. That's okay.
I like her name. Her name's cool.
Her name's cool too.
I like her finish. Her finish is pretty cool.
So I'm going to go with submission from Baszler. I'm going to go 2 finishers in a 6-minute match.
I got Ember Moon winning the match via pinfall. 4 finishers executed. And Brink, this is the first. I was paying attention to your results. This is the first match where we have the same winner. So those first 2 are going to be very interesting between me and you. 4 finishers executed, and I got 16 minutes bell to bell there. I think the NXT Women's Championship, they usually put on some very solid matches. I think they'll rest on there for a little bit. So I got 16 minutes there in that match. The next match. Go ahead.
Hold on, before we move on, the only thing I put 13 minutes just because I want to see if they're going to test Baszler. I don't know how her endurance is for matches. I think they're going to give her some time in this match to try to see where she's at cardio wise, if she can keep up for that long. If she can, I wouldn't be surprised next takeover she'll be champion.
Absolutely. Good a good opinion there. Let's see. Next match is the Extreme Rules match. Aleister Black taking on Adam Cole, baby. And Brink, what you got in that match?
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah.
I like Aleister Black a lot, but they're putting Cole over big right now. I think Cole wins by pinfall. 4 finishers executed. Yes, outside interference. Yes, weapons used. And I think they got 4 chair shots.
Ryan, what you got in this match?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Adam Cole as well. Pinfall, 2 finishers. Yes, outside interference. Yes, weapons. And 3 chair shots.
I got Adam Cole, baby, winning this one by pinfall. 3 finishers executed. I put no outside interference or distraction. I do think weapons will be used. And I got 2 chair shots. So I'd love to see 2 chair shots. I'd like to see more than that, but maybe 3, so that way I can get the points here. All right, so that's that match. And then, of course, the main event of NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, the NXT Championship on, I can never get his name right, Andrade
Cien Almas.
Andrade Almas taking on Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship. Brink, what you got in this match, man?
I got Almas retaining by pinfall, 3 finishers, outside interference, yes, and I got them going 19 minutes.
Ooh.
This is going to be technically a great wrestling match.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. Ryan, what you got, man?
Yeah, I got Gargano. I got pinfall, 3 finishers, no outside interference, and 9 minutes.
Ooh, that's a short match right there.
Mm-hmm.
I got Gargano winning by pinfall, 5 finishers executed. There will be outside interference or distraction. At least I hope there will be. And I got an 18-minute match there. So me and you are right there in the same neighborhood. You had 19, you said?
Yeah, I got 19. Gargano is probably one of the biggest baby faces NXT has. The crowd is going to be behind him 100%, and when Almas gets the victory, they're going to boo Almas out of Philadelphia.
I'm sure they will. So one more thing here on the NXT TakeOver card, unscheduled appearances. Brink, you have any unscheduled appearances?
I have 5 of them.
Well, go ahead with them.
And 4 of them are recently new signees. Candice LeRae, Ricochet, Hanson, and Raymond Rowe from War Machine. And then Ryan's favorite of all time, and I'm still not sure why, Peyton Royce.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That is a good one. I would add her to my list, but I don't want to seem like I'm copying you. But because I got 4 of the 5 you just said. But Ryan, who do you have on your unscheduled
Does a tag
appearances?
team count as 1 or 2?
2.
Oh, it does?
It counts as 2.
Oh, crap.
Each
Okay.
individual.
But then I got to erase one of these guys. Go ahead and go with yours.
Okay, mine basically what Brinkman just said. I only have 4: Ricochet, Hanson, Raymond Rowe, and Candice.
Ricochet.
And he makes
Ricochet.
he I don't know. Apparently, I say it funny, but Ricochet.
You do, but it's okay.
I know. Well, when you're from South Louisiana, sometimes you say things a little funny. But Ricochet, Hanson, Raymond Rowe, and Candice LeRae. I couldn't think of a 5th person that will show up, but. You know, it is what it is. So, Ryan, what you got?
All right, so War Machine, that counts as 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ricochet, Candice LeRae, and Laurel Van Ness.
Oh, Laurel Van Ness. How about
nice.
that? That's a good one there. So, well, that wraps up the NXT Philadelphia scorecard there. We're going to dive into the big kahuna here now, the Royal Rumble. So, with that being said, let's dive on into it. The first match, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, 2 out of 3 falls. The Usos defending their SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. Brinkman, tell us what you got in this matchup.
I've got the Usos winning. Usos take the first fall. Gable and Benjamin take the second fall. The final fall will be a pinfall. Jimmy will make the fall, and I think Gable takes it.
Ryan, what you got?
I also have the Usos. First fall goes to Benjamin and Gable. Second fall, the Usos. It will be a pin. Jay will make the fall, and Benjamin will take the fall.
I got almost similar to what Brinkman had, except I got Benjamin taking the fall rather than Gable. Got the Usos winning. Usos get the first fall. Benjamin and Gable get the second fall. Pinfall, the final fall. The Usos will win it, of course. Jimmy will make the fall, and Shelton Benjamin takes the fall. So that's what I have there on the on that match. The next match, another tag team title match. It's for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan defending against Sheamus and Cesaro. So, Brinkman, tell us what you got there.
I got Sheamus and Cesaro winning the titles back by pinfall. I think Sheamus hits Jason Jordan with a bro kick, pins him 1, 2, 3.
Ryan, what you got, man?
Have you guys seen anything about a timeline of how much Sheamus has left with his injury?
No, I haven't.
I seen something about his injury, and then that was it. Like, he kept wrestling like nothing was ever wrong, so I haven't heard anything else about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would think if your spine is narrowing, wrestling isn't the thing you want to do. Like, I don't know.
I mean, apparently it must not be that bad. Maybe it's a very mild case of the spine thing, but I mean, apparently it's not bad enough for him to quit wrestling because he's still, he hasn't exactly. Why was that? That was such a random.
Choked up over Sheamus' spine, bro.
Yeah,
that was
it's getting emotional over here.
such a random cough there, but like I said, apparently, it's. Come on now, it can't be that funny. Oh man, y'all.
I don't know.
Your cough turned Ryan into Matt Hardy.
Yeah, dude. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm so tired right now. It's like
he might be very delirious.
Yeah.
But as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by my cough. I was saying, Sheamus hasn't exactly lightened his load, so apparently it must be a mild injury. Mm-hmm. So, but it's good. I like Sheamus. Him and Cesaro are great together in the ring, and Sheamus even by himself is great. So I'm glad that whatever this injury was that he might still have, it's not lightening his load in the ring. So that's really good there. Okay, so Brinkman, you gave your predictions on this match. Did you give your predictions, Ryan? Or?
Not yet.
Go ahead.
All right. I feel like they're going to continue pushing Roman. I mean, Jason Jordan. So Seth and Jason win.
I'm sure. I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sure they're going to keep pushing Roman too. But go ahead.
Yeah. So Seth and Jason win. Pinfall, and I think Jordan makes the fall, and Sheamus takes it.
I got Cesaro and Sheamus getting back their tag team titles because I think what they're going to try to do, this is my theory on it, I think they're going to try and create some kind of animosity between Rollins and Jordan, and they're going to lose by pinfall. I think Cesaro will pin Jordan, and that'll kind of make Jordan look like the weak link, and Rollins will kind of be like, "Yo, what the hell, man?" So I think that's how that's going to go down. The next match, now this match right here. As far as the winner, it was so tough. The WWE title match, 2-on-1 handicap. AJ Styles taking on both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Brink, what do you have going down for this match?
I've got AJ retaining by pinfall over Sami Zayn, and I think there will be interference or distraction by either Bryan or McMahon. I don't know what kind of interference or distraction, but I think one of them will be involved somehow.
Ryan, what you got?
Yeah, I think the storyline that we heard earlier from PW Insider about the fact that they're going to want KO and Zayn to win it so that they can start a feud between them, and the belt is the catalyst for that feud. Mm-hmm. I think that's happening. KO and Zayn are going to win by pinfall. Zayn will make the fall because he hasn't been pushed as much as KO, so he's going to feel like, hey, I made the fall, it's my belt, blah, 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 and they'll get into it. Of course, AJ takes the fall, and no outside interference.
I have Owens and Zayn winning this match by pinfall. I think what's going to happen, this might be a little different. I will see how this goes as far as scoring-wise. I think Owens and Zayn are going to pin AJ at the same time. I think they're both going to pin him at the same time. So, and of course, I got Styles taking the fall. And I do think Daniel Bryan or Shane McMahon will come interfere or distract in this match. So, we'll see. If I will not, if one or the other pins AJ, I will not take the points. I will only accept the points if they both simultaneously pin AJ for the 3 count. So just want to put that on the record there. Oh, man, almost coughed again. All right, the next match, the Universal Championship triple threat match, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane. They're going to have to reinforce the ring for this one.
Yeah.
Brink, man, who you got walking out of Philadelphia as the Universal Champion?
Brock Lesnar.
The Beast.
the Beast. He's going to retain pin Kane. That's the only reason Kane's in this match. I think there will be weapons used. 7 finishers executed just because I see Strowman power slamming everybody. And 10 German suplexes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Ryan, what you got for this match, man?
Man, I tell you what, I've been totally swayed by this ever since I heard Brink's theory on this match. So I got Lesnar winning. I got it by pin. Kane's going to take the pin. Weapons will be used. 4 finishers and 7 German suplexes.
For that match, I got Brock winning by pinfall. He's going to pin Kane. I don't think they'll use weapons in this match. I don't think they'll need to use any weapons because these are just 3 monsters that could just destroy each other with their bare hands. 6 finishers will be executed, and I think there'll be about 7 German suplexes. So that's what I got there for the Universal Championship match. All right, we're going to dive into the 2 big matches of the night, at least in my opinion. The 2 Royal Rumble matches. The first one, of course, the Women's Royal Rumble match. Before, we'll do the winners last. First, Brink, go ahead and give us your starting 2. There are going to be NXT stars. Basically, go through the entire thing, but give your winner last.
I was going to ask, do y'all want to just run through everyone's at the same time, or do we all do our starting 2, all do our NXT?
Let's do it that way. I like that idea. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and do that. So, Brink, first off, who do you have starting, the 2 that are starting off the match?
The 2 that I have starting off, I have Bayley and Natalia.
Natalia?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Who you guys starting off the match, Ryan?
Sasha Banks and Nia Jax.
I have also Bayley and Naomi starting off the match. I think they're going to – because I think, to me, like the first 2, they always want to do the ones like with the cool entrances. Bayley has the wavy people and the wavy – I don't even know – the inflatable tube thingies. And then Naomi, of course, has all that glowing stuff. So I think they're going to, use her for that second spot. So I think Bayley and Naomi.
You think they're going to put? You think you're going to put 2 faces to start off at the same time?
Oh yeah,
They wouldn't put a face and a heel.
I think they. Oh yeah, because in the Royal Rumble match, I mean, you got 2 faces and 2 heels or whatever that because there's going to be all sorts of confrontations in that.
Let
match.
me retract that because I just looked at my men's Rumble and I'm starting with 2 heels. So let me just retract
that. Let's see. I still haven't quite filled out that portion yet. I need to get to that. All right, so current NXT superstars in the match, Brent, yes or no?
I think that's become a thing at this point in time with NXT becoming so popular. Somebody from NXT is going to pop up in the Rumble. I don't know who, but somebody will.
Ryan?
Yeah, why is this even a question? They're going to need the girls to fill the 30.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, yes, they are going to definitely be some NXT superstars in the Women's Royal Rumble. The next question, the superstar with the shortest match time. Bring who you got?
The captain of Raw's Survivor Series team, Alicia Fox.
Yep.
Dadgummit, that should have been mine.
That's exactly who I have. I have Alicia Fox with the shortest time in the Rumble. Who you got?
I think they're really down on Bayley right now, so I think they're going to screw her.
Wow.
That would be a big shock too, especially if she did come out like first or second and get eliminated almost immediately. That would send shockwaves.
Absolutely. Okay. The next question: the superstar with the longest match time. Brink, who you got?
Bayley.
All right. Well, you got.
I got Bayley starting, and I got her going a good while.
Oh, that's not bad. Ryan, who you got as the longest in the match?
I'm going to go with the Asuka.
Not a bad choice either. I'm going with Sasha Banks. I think Sasha Banks will last a good little while there in the Rumble.
Will she last longer than her hairline?
Yes, which is a long freaking time, which is long enough to be the longest in the match. So that's why I picked Sasha Banks. The superstar with the most eliminations. We may have the same answer across the board here. Brink, who do you have?
I mean, how else do you make someone look super dominant? It's Asuka. It has to be Asuka.
Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe we don't have the same answer across the board. Ryan, who do you have?
Nia Jax.
I also have Nia Jax. I think Asuka's going to probably be second on that list, but I think they they'll benefit more from having Nia Jax eliminate more people than Asuka. So,
and I'm going to disagree with that, and I'll get to that here in a little bit.
why don't you get to it right now?
Because then I'd give you my winner of the Rumble. We're not there yet.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you. The 30th woman to enter the match. Brink, who do you have?
I don't believe WWE. I don't believe them one bit. I think Ronda Rousey's number 30.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They came out releasing a statement, or Rousey did, saying she was not there. She was going to film a movie or something. I don't believe her.
you don't believe her? I believe her, man. She sounded so sincere. But I mean, I don't know.
So does Vince.
Yeah, but they do that from time to time. They'll tell them, hey, look, if you just make up some BS and tell them you're going to Colombia to film a movie, like who the hell goes to Colombia to film a movie?
Well, she is going to Colombia, so it makes a great backstory, and it was around this time too. Mm-hmm. But I mean, this is the daggum Royal Rumble, and you just signed her. You're not going to let her go film off a movie and not be in your Royal Rumble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if she wants a match at Mania.
Right.
You get it started at Rumble.
Absolutely. So you have Ronda Rousey coming out number 30. Yep. Who do you have coming out 30, Ryan?
Ronda Rousey.
Also Ronda Rousey. I was debating because based on who came out last year for the men's at number 30, my initial thought was number 30. For some reason, I thought it was going to be Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Trish Stratus will be number 30. I think Trish is going to come out number 30. I think Trish will make an appearance in the Royal Rumble, and I think she'll be number 30. Look, y'all may think Ronda Rousey's going to be in this match. For some reason, I would love nothing more than to see Ronda Rousey in the Royal Rumble.
Right on.
Unfortunately, just my gut is just telling me that she's not going to be in this match. But I could be wrong, but that's just what my gut's telling me. But I'm going to go with Trish. I think Trish will be the 30th entrant in the Rumble. So, with that being said, the final four women in the match. Brink, who are your final four?
Ronda Rousey, Sasha Banks, Asuka, and Becky Lynch.
Oh, I like that Becky Lynch pick, man. I also like Becky Lynch, but who doesn't? So, all right, so that's your final four there. Ryan, give us your final four.
Yes, my final four consist of Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks.
Awesome. And my final four, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Asuka, and Trish Stratus is my final four. All right, so with that being said now, the winners of the Women's Royal Rumble. Brink, who do you have as the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble?
Well, like I said earlier, I didn't want to spoil who was going to win it. The reason I have Asuka with the most eliminations because this is one of the few matches that WWE has that somebody can lose and still boast that they're unbeaten because they have not been pinned or submitted. Mm-hmm. That being said, Asuka is not winning the Rumble. She will be eliminated. I have Becky Lynch winning.
Wow, that's
I have Becky Lynch going on to the SmackDown's Women's Championship match.
I like that. I like that pick. Ryan, who do you have winning?
I'm going to do my best buffer here. Hot Rod! Ronda Rousey!
So Ryan's going with Ronda Rousey here as the winner of the Royal Rumble, which apparently makes me the only person who's going to pick this woman to win the Royal Rumble. Look, I think it's almost like WWE. Sometimes they kind of like they basically tell you what they're going to do without telling you. I think it's going to be Asuka. I mean, Asuka came out on Raw and just started throwing everybody out the ring, and I think in this instance, WWE right there was trying to tell us without actually telling us that Asuka is going to win the Royal Rumble, the Women's Rumble. So I got Asuka winning the Rumble, so that's who I have winning the Women's Royal Rumble. So just to go back, Brakeman has Becky Lynch winning the Rumble. Mm-hmm. Ryan has Ronda Rousey.
You know it.
I have Asuka, which will be very interesting. We all have three different answers, so I like that. That's very interesting there. Now on to the Men's Royal Rumble match. The starting two in the match. Brinkman, who do you have as the two starting the match?
See, I went back and forth on a few different options, and then I came across somebody on Twitter put this, and I kind of fell in love with it. Now I don't think it's going to happen, but I really want it to happen. I want Elias to be first, and I want Aiden English to be second, and I want them to sing until the third person comes out.
Oh wow!
Elias
would be
playing his
hilarious.
guitar, English
Yeah.
comes out singing, having a duet, and then number 3 comes out and eliminates both of them.
Yeah, that would be. I ain't gonna lie.
I would laugh.
I would be kind of entertained by that. Ryan, who do you have as your first two?
The Miz and Rusev.
Okay, well that's not bad choices there. My first two coming out, I have Bobby Roode and Finn Balor coming out as my first two. That would be an absolutely great little 90-second match right there. So I think Roode's entrance, obviously, and I don't know if Finn's going to come out as the Demon. That would be really cool. I
Yeah.
think if Finn came out as the Demon, I don't think he will because they would have already said something about it, and they haven't. So therefore, I think it's going to be just regular old plain Jane Finn Balor starting off.
Also,
the
if
match.
it's Demon Finn Balor would win the thing, and I don't think he's winning. So
All right. Well, let's see. Next, current NXT superstars in the match. Brink, who you got?
absolutely, probably 2 of them. To be honest,
Who are you thinking?
right off the top of my head, Ricochet. I think this is be a good spot for Ricochet to come in.
Yeah.
If Gargano loses to Almas, I could see Gargano coming in. Ono, we can see Ono coming in. So there's a plethora of people in NXT that is ready for the roster that could make their first appearance.
Right on.
All right. You think Ryan NXT superstars in the match?
I'm feeling no.
Oh wow. So Ryan, I'm filling out my I'm still filling out the rest of my stuff here before we actually get to it. So you say no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes. I think Ricochet could be a good one. I also think maybe Adam Cole.
Ricochet.
All right, I'm gonna stop saying his name now. But I think that guy whose name starts with an R could be in it. I also think Adam Cole could show up. I like the idea of Adam Cole maybe showing up, maybe Gargano showing up as well. So that's what I got there. Let's see. I'm still filling out my thing here. All right, superstar with the shortest match time. Brinkman, what you got?
The leader of Titus Worldwide, Titus O'Neil.
That's not a bad pick.
No, that was a good one.
I still haven't. I'm still trying to figure it out. Ryan,
I
go
got
ahead.
Aiden English.
Aiden English. Oh man, I'm trying to think. God, I'm trying to think of some names who are in the Royal Rumble right now. Oh man, God, I can't. This is really hard. Like, it wasn't hard for the women, obviously, but it's hard for the men to determine who's going to be in there the shortest time. I will go ahead and say, who?
Well, think about all your wrestlers and entertainers that are more on the comedy side. Like some of the guys that aren't really taking all that seriously, like a Titus O'Neil, kind of like Santino Marella used to be.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think right now. I don't even know if this guy has even declared for the Rumble, but I'm going to just take a swing, and I'm going to say Kurt Hawkins is going to enter the Royal Rumble.
Oh, man, that's a good pick.
And not last very long. So I don't even think he's actually declared for the Rumble. But
He'll be in it.
Yeah, so
he'll get tossed out in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to say Kurt Hawkins there. So the next one, superstar with the longest match time. Who you got,
I
Brink?
think it's going to be current Intercontinental Champion, Mike Mizanin. It's The Miz.
Oh, wow, that's actually, I like that pick. Ryan, who do you think is going to last the longest?
John Cena.
John Cena! Not a bad pick there. The superstar with the longest match time, I think, is going to be Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor will last the longest there. Superstar with the most eliminations, Brink, who you got?
Somebody who is not actually declared in the match, but you know he's not going to win the Universal Championship, so he's going to be in the match. That's Braun Strowman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea there. Ryan, who you got?
John Cena.
John Cena! Oh, there we go again. I got Roman Reigns with the most eliminations. I think Roman Reigns will, of course, be in it, and they're gonna make him look strong again. So
It's his yard.
It is his yard, and he claimed that yard at WrestleMania 33. So now the 30th superstar to enter the match, Brinkman, who you got?
Pat, I want you to think back last time the Royal Rumble was in Philadelphia and the reaction that Reigns got after he won.
Oh, yeah.
And how loud they booed not only him, but The Rock.
Yeah, go ahead.
Roman Reigns got The Rock booed.
Yeah, that was really bad.
So imagine when that timer hits number 30 and Roman Reigns comes out.
Well, he was number 30 last year, and we all saw what happened there. So,
But they're in Philly again.
So you think Roman Reigns is going to come out number 30?
I think Philly's going to burn the building down.
The Rumble match won't even finish because it's going to be burned to a crisp.
Oh.
So you got Roman Reigns coming out 30 for the second year in a row?
Reigns coming out 30th. Yeah.
Wow, that's a bold prediction there, I think. But hey, it could happen. I mean, they're trying to push the hell out of Roman Reigns, so I would not be surprised. Ryan, who do you have coming out number 30?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Man, you know
Yes.
what?
Wow.
Yes.
That would be, and I really thought about picking him, but I'm sorry. Just like I said, my gut, Ronda Rousey's not going to be in the Royal Rumble. My gut tells me that Daniel Bryan will not be in the Royal Rumble.
But looking at football betting, Vegas knows. Vegas always knows.
Yeah, but
And with his odds being so high to be in it, I don't see how he can't.
Now, you see, I gave you my theory on that earlier this week, Brink. I don't know if I told you this. I think that Vegas put that up there just to get some easy money out of people because they knew people would see that and start putting money on Daniel Bryan. And he hasn't officially declared. Obviously, I think there's still at least 10 slots that have not been declared, so they could have 10, and obviously one of them could be Kurt Hawkins, hopefully, and he'll get eliminated in 2 seconds. But I mean, look, I would love. Look, trust me, I'll be Brink. I know you're gonna be popping. I'll be watching it with you Sunday night. If Daniel Bryan comes out number 30, I'm gonna go absolutely ape. You know what? And
I want to remind you something. Remember when we did our New Japan Wrestle Kingdom preview show? I said history tends to repeat itself.
Yeah.
Who did the crowd want at number 30 last time they were in Philly?
Daniel Bryan.
Yep. And who did they get? Roman Reigns.
Yep. Kind of like last year. Everybody wanted Finn Balor last year. I think the consensus was Finn Balor because they thought maybe he was going to come back from injury at number 30. But it ended up being Roman Reigns. So, yeah. But, yeah, now for my number 30, I got Shinsuke Nakamura at number 30. So I think Shinsuke will come out at number 30. And that will make people believe that he's going to win. He may,
I
he
think
may
he'll
not.
come out late, maybe not 30, but I think he'll be out late.
Yeah, and for Shinsuke, I would like to see him come out earlier because I think he's another guy that can go a long time in the Rumble. But I think they're gonna have him come out number 30. So, with that being said,
You have some issues over there, bro.
every now and again, But
do we need to stop the
Tums,
recording and you get something to drink?
Oh no, we're good.
You good?
I'm perfect.
Okay.
I'm fine.
You need some Tums? I got some Tums sitting over here.
How you gonna give me that Tums, man? Through
email
Skype
it to
there?
you.
Oh yeah, email me some Tums, man. All right. With that being said, let's go now to our final four. Our final four of the Men's Royal Rumble. Brinkman, who do you have in your final four?
I have Braun Strowman, The Miz, Roman Reigns, and John Cena.
Woo! You can't, but you won't be able to see him.
No.
You won't see him.
So you'll never know if he's eliminated or not. That's
Exactly. Exactly. Ryan, who do you have as your final four?
All right. I got Nakamura, John Cena, Finn Balor, and Daniel Bryan.
Oh, I have three of that same four right there. My final four: Nakamura, John Cena, Finn Balor, and Roman Reigns is my final four there. So with that being said, we pretty much went through it all. Now it's time to get a winner. So Brinkman, who do you have winning the Men's Royal Rumble?
For the second year that they do the Rumble in Philly, I think Roman Reigns wins it again. I think WWE is set on Reigns taking the title, the Universal Championship, from Lesnar at Mania. And I think this is the way they're going to do it. I was on board with Nakamura for the longest time, but it's Reigns, man. Vince is in love with Reigns. It's hard to bet against Reigns right now.
Ryan, who do you have winning the Men's Royal Rumble?
The King of Strong Style.
Shinsuke Nakamura. Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. So
you can say Shinsuke Nakamura, but you can't say Ricochet.
Ricochet. I said it right. Ricochet.
And he got that faction's real long name. Los Ingobagos.
Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Look at that.
See, but I practiced that. Brinkman kind of taught me that. I heard Brinkman say it so many times that I kind of learned it. See, we haven't been saying Ricochet. You see, look, I already picked it up. Or did I say it wrong that time?
Yeah, you said it wrong again, dude.
Well, how do you say it?
It's Ricochet.
Ricochet.
There you go.
I thought that's what I just said, but
I think you said
said
Ricochet.
it like the 1980s
Ricochet.
cop. Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay,
right.
Ricochet.
Yeah.
I got it right now.
Yeah.
Ricochet. Okay, cool.
That's it.
Got it right now. So you got Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
I have Finn Balor winning the Royal Rumble. I think Finn Balor is going to win because I did hear a rumor. And based on this rumor that I heard and based on the results I gave earlier, it doesn't add up, but oh well, that's life. Apparently, some rumor maybe a few weeks ago was that Finn Balor was going to win and he was going to go to SmackDown and challenge AJ Styles, which, oh my God, Finn Balor versus AJ Styles for the WWE title would be awesome. But yet, of course, I do have Owens and Zayn winning against Styles, but then Styles could come back and win at the Elimination Chamber, which there have been like graphics of Fastlane, which is the next pay-per-view, of AJ Styles with the title belt, and apparently he's going to defend it in like a 5-way or 6-way match or something like that. So I might have been stupid for choosing Owens and Zayn, but oh well, that's life. But I have Finn Balor winning, and I got Finn Balor coming out as one of the top 2 as well. I think they're about to push Balor like he has never been pushed before. Now he's got the Balor Club. He had that great segment with DX on Raw 25, and I think right there I was like, you know what? I know we're supposed to see Reigns and Lesnar. I wouldn't mind seeing Finn and Lesnar go at it, or Finn and AJ, maybe a Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, or I don't know, or Kevin. I don't know, but I don't know. Something tells me Finn Balor's going to win, and so that's why I picked him. So Finn Balor's going to win. To recap the winners, Brinkman, you have Roman Reigns.
Unfortunately.
Ryan, you have Shinsuke Nakamura, and Patrick, myself, I have Finn Balor winning the Men's Royal Rumble. So now let's look at the announce table destruction. Brink, what are your announce tables looking like at the end of the night?
I think English and other will be okay. I think Spanish goes down, and that's probably going to be Strowman power slamming Lesnar through it.
Absolutely. Ryan, what are your announce tables looking like?
Yeah, English is saved, Spanish and other get destroyed.
I have the exact same thing as you, Ryan. English will be fine. Spanish and other will be destroyed, both by Braun Strowman some way, somehow. The Money in the Bank cash-in, obviously only the women's. Will there be a cash-in, Brink?
No.
Ryan?
Negative.
I don't think there will be one
I
either.
hope there never is.
Watch. One day they're going to surprise the hell out of us, but in this instance...
Well, I hope she cashes in. I hope she cashes in. I hope she loses.
I hope that WWE brings back the bra and panties match and she loses that match. But anyways, so with that being said, the unscheduled appearances... Yep. Brinkman, who do you have as your unscheduled appearances?
Ronda Rousey, Trish, Ricochet, there you go, Candice LeRae. I think she's going to come in the Women's Rumble.
That's
I
a
haven't
good one.
seen anywhere saying, I haven't seen Reigns advertised anyway, so I went with Reigns.
Well, we'll see what I don't know. We'll see how they do that on Saturday. I mean on Sunday. Ryan, who are your unscheduled appearances?
Hot Rod Ronda Rousey, Ethan Carter III, Chris Jericho, and I went out of the ballpark for this one just because if I get one of these right, I will be a wrestling podcast god. Rob Gronkowski before the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
And Kenny Omega.
Oh, wow.
Drop the mic.
So you think Kenny Omega is going to show up some way, somehow at the Royal Rumble?
No, I'm reaching on that one.
Oh, okay.
But if it happens, it's golden.
If it happens, you've heard it here first, folks. Kenny Omega showing up at the Royal Rumble via Ryan
Lambert. I think in absolutely no way will Omega be there. But I think Omega has a better chance of being there than Gronk, who has a Super Bowl to play in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you're right. And imagine Rob Gronkowski in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He will get booed out. And that's the thing, too. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Somebody was saying how, Philly's going to the Super Bowl Philadelphia's going to be rocking. Like, just the mood in Philadelphia this next week is going to be rocking. So I think that crowd in Philly is going to be really hot, really hype. My unscheduled appearances, I have Ethan Carter III. I also have Ricochet.
Yes.
I have Trish Stratus. And I also have, because they're not defending their titles, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. I have those two showing listed as unscheduled appearances because they're not scheduled to have a match or anything. So I have them listed as, and they're not going to be in the Rumble match. They're both champions. So I have them listed as my unscheduled appearances. So with that being said, that's our cards. I'd say we can go over them again, but that might take a little too long.
Yeah.
Real quick. So with that being said, Brink, any final thoughts? You have the floor on the weekend, whether it's NXT, the Royal Rumble, anything you want to conclude with?
I think that this is going to be an awesome week for wrestling fans because you've got 2 New Japan shows this weekend. You've got NXT TakeOver. You've got the Rumble, which is the best matches of the year. Then you got Raw, SmackDown, NXT following all that up that week. It's a great, great week to be a wrestling fan to set up for the wrestling season. That is WrestleMania. So enjoy it, embrace it. It's going to be great.
Ryan, any final or thoughts here on this upcoming wrestling weekend?
Yeah, be sure you search us on Facebook and Twitter, MarkOutMania. We have all the scorecards from Pro Wrestling Scorecards there for NXT TakeOver and the Royal Rumble. Download them, play along, and then comment on those posts your score at the end of the event so that we know what you're scoring as well. And we're going to keep a tally up of ours all throughout the year, and we're going to crown a grand champion at the very end of the year. So that's going to be interesting. But I'm really excited for NXT TakeOver. NXT is, man, one of the best wrestling, and I hate to say organizations because they're under the WWE umbrella, but NXT is one of the best wrestling organizations in the world right now, man. They got such great talent, and their creative team is absolutely amazing. So TakeOver is going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait for that. And I'm excited to see Ronda Rousey. I really hope she shows up.
My final thoughts, obviously, the Royal Rumble, my favorite match of the year. We get 2 of them. I'm really excited. I've been excited ever since they announced the Women's Royal Rumble. It really is historic. It's a big deal. I think it's going to be great. I think this is and it's the beginning of WrestleMania season. So this show, especially what happens in the men's and women's Royal Rumble, a lot of things, and keep a lookout for interactions, who eliminates who, because that right there could set up some matches for WrestleMania. So I would just say be aware who eliminates who, especially in the men's Royal Rumble, because a lot of things develop in the men's Royal Rumble, I think. I'm really hoping Daniel Bryan's in the Royal Rumble. I really do. Unfortunately, I don't think he will be, but I'm hoping. And I'm also hoping that Ronda Rousey's in there as well. But like I said, unfortunately, my gut's just telling me no. So I hope my gut's wrong. And my gut has been wrong before many, 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 many times. So we'll see what happens there on Sunday. But yeah, that's what I got. So I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to the Rumble itself, the Royal Rumble matches, obviously, and then of course Raw and SmackDown afterwards. Because that right there, in my opinion, is really what's going to start building these WrestleMania storylines. And also, Brink, you mentioned it, New Beginnings too. I'm also obviously. Is Jericho wrestling at one of these New Beginnings?
No.
He's going to wrestle the one on February the 10th, right?
I don't think he's scheduled to wrestle again, not that I know of.
Oh, really? I thought him and Naito were going to fight or wrestle.
He attacked Naito, but I don't think that they came up with a date yet on when they're going to actually wrestle.
Okay, well.
I'm going to have to look and see, but...
Okay, well, that means that means there is a possibility of Jericho showing up at the Royal Rumble there. So, Brink, any final thoughts?
No, man, I'm good.
Well, Brink, of course, as always, man, thanks for coming. Take time out of your day to hang out with us, do these scorecards, talk some wrestling, and of course, I'll see you on Sunday night. We'll be throwing it down at your house for the Rumble. So, with that being said, Ryan, go ahead and take us home, man.
Yeah, it was a great show. Great weekend coming up. Get your scorecards, play along. Let's have a great time with this. And follow Brink on Twitter at RainmakerConga. Also at MarkOutMania.com. Hit wrestling blogs and hit the spoiler alert. Of course, we said he's going to be coming up with that
New Beginnings.
The New Beginnings article here in a few days. So definitely be on the lookout for that. With that said, it is time for us to get out of here. Have a great one.
Outro.
You've been listening to the Markout Mania podcast, a Lake Area Media, LLC production. The views and opinions expressed in this show are those of Ryan Keith and Patrick Fry and are not affiliated with any wrestling promotion or company. Follow Markout Mania on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. For all Markout Mania links, news, and free podcasts, visit MarkOutMania.com. You've been marked.